Welcome back, friend. I am joined for our second episode with Miss Melissa Stout. And the title of kind of the series was Accepting All of Me. And if you didn't listen to that first episode where Melissa talked about kind of her story and how she's been on this journey to accepting all of her, I would chime into that, listen to that. But I'm really excited for today because I'm like, give me the to dos, give me the actionable items. And that's what today is. So she wrapped up last episode talking about this mental and emotional load that never ends. And I could seriously feel that. This like constant stuff in our heads, right? That maybe it's just me, that I am carrying. And she talked about if we can release some of that and really systemize some of that and put structure around some of that, it can free us up to really accept all of us and step into our authentic selves. And so that's what we're going to dive into today. All right, Melissa, give us all the goods.
Well, that's a lot of pressure. Um,
Yeah.
so I, so I talked about in the last episode, right? Like I'm the planner. I'm the one who at work likes the process. I'm the one in the family that's going to plan the get-togethers like a month in advance and what time and where are we going to be and what's the food going to be and all the stuff, right?
Thank God
Um,
for you. Whew.
my sisters don't always think that. Most of the time they do, but sometimes they're like, I'm not going to the store until 3 days before. I don't know what I'm bringing, which is fine too. I'm learning to get to be more okay with that than I was when I was
Yeah.
younger.
Yeah.
Uh, but I think that one thing that I've learned over time is picking out the things that really make a difference for me. And so at one point in time, right, we had a whiteboard that would sit, like on our way out the door, and we would have different things written on so everybody could see what was happening, right? Um, and that's when the kids were younger. The kids could see stuff. We knew what was going on. I think that today, my 23-year-old just graduated from college, and he's currently living with me. And we like for grocery stuff. He has my app and he'll go in and put his things in, and I set it up for pickup like on my way home from church every week. So I'm not worried about his list. He knows what he needs. I can throw my stuff on there. I know I'm picking it up and it's saving all the time in the grocery store. I used to go and he would put random things on the list, and I would spend an hour in the store trying to find all the random stuff he put on there. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Why would we do this? Right. And so there are little things like that before I was like, why would you go pick up groceries? And now I'm like, hallelujah, that is the best thing ever. That saves me so much time. We're in this rhythm, right? And I
Yeah.
do the same thing at work. Like we're constantly, you know, how do we do these things? And what I tell the team at work is we are putting in place structure, repeatable processes for those things that are repeatable. So you aren't using that mental energy to think about that. These are the things that are the same every time because you need that mental energy. You need that time that you would be wasting figuring out all of those things or remembering them every time to do the things that are outside that 80% of what's norm, right? And you can use that wherever you are, whether it's work, whether it's at home. You know, do you have a shared calendar? So, your husband, your significant other, your kids can see doctor's appointments, can see when you're not going to be home, those types of things.
I love a couple things you said. The first thing is the systems, and you said the word rhythms. I like
Mhm.
that. It's almost like, how do I set up a rhythm for my life, for my personal life, for my professional life, for the kids' schedules, for all the things we're trying to juggle, right? Um, how do I systemize it and make it rhythmic? And then I like the repeatable processes to conserve mental energy.
Yeah.
That speaks to me
Yes. I mean, think of how many things are going through your head at any given
a
time.
lot.
I mean, you've got the kids, you've got your own doctor's appointments, you've got a significant other's doctor's appointments, you've got work things, you've got church things, you've
Right,
got you
right.
you're like me, I think. I think you're kind of a book junkie like me. You should see the ridiculous number of books that I've started and that I have that I need to read,
Yep,
right? So how do you
yep,
create time for those and doing
yeah.
things that feed you as well? And if
Mhm.
you are constantly thinking, okay, what am I going to do today? What needs to be done, and you don't have a time for a brain dump, um, that that is that's something that like drains you,
Yeah.
right? So in business, in EOS, we run on EOS, entrepreneurial operating system. They have something called clarity breaks, right? So once a week,
Clarity
you
what?
clarity breaks,
Breaks. Okay.
right? So
Yep.
once a week in general, you can have whatever rhythm works for you, like an hour, whatever, but you take yourself out of your normal space. So, like, I wouldn't sit here at my desk for a business one. I would go somewhere else so I'm out of my zone. And
Mhm.
they tell you to sit with pen and paper so that, you don't have email notifications popping up. If you can't do that, use an iPad, use your computer, turn your notifications off, whatever. But you sit and anything that comes in your brain, you just dump it.
Mm,
And then when you're done, you go in and you say, okay, which of these things need to go where? So I don't lose them. So you're confident. Which ones do I need to do? Which ones should other people be doing that are not my responsibility that I don't have to do? Right. It's kind of like giving your kids chores, right?
mm,
Like you shouldn't, at some certain age your kids are, you shouldn't have to do everything around the house, right? Like that's,
mhm.
I mean, you can, but you shouldn't have to. At some point, they have to be on their own and they have to manage their own house, right?
And you know what? It's not helpful. My mom did that to me
Uh huh.
in the name of love, did
Uh huh.
everything for me, and I never learned it, and then I had to learn it the hard way.
I remember my daughter being in 8th grade, ninth grade. I don't remember. And she was just not very pleased because I was having her do her own laundry and none of her friends did. And I
Mhm.
said, I understand, but my job is to make sure you can survive without me. And
Right.
so you're going to do your laundry. I don't have
Yep.
time. I work full time and that's something you can do and you need to learn. Right.
Yep. Yep.
And
I just
so,
told my 12-year-old boys yesterday, I was like, "I'm training you up to be a great husbands." And
yep,
they're like, "What?" Like, that's the
yep,
last thing they're thinking baseball, they're thinking last days of
yep,
school, biking,
yep.
but it's like, you're right. So, it
It's
would
true.
yeah.
It's true, and when you train them that way and they know and back to rhythms, like, I will pull into my house from the grocery store, from a trip, and my son at 23 will still come out and carry the groceries in and come out and get my suitcase and carry it in for me,
Right.
and I don't ask him, he just
Right.
does it,
Right.
and,
That's beautiful.
it's there's other things, trust me, he doesn't do that I wish he would do.
Sure,
So
but it's
don't think
just
that we're this
that's
perfect
wonderful.
family
Yeah.
because that's not it. But there are things that
Yeah.
that when you teach them younger become ingrained.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing at work. Like I used to think um, in business, I need to do everything. Like I can't ask them to do the things I hate because if I can't do it, if I don't want to do it, that's wrong to ask somebody else to do it and like give them a bad responsibility or a bad chore, or,
Sure.
something that. But I've learned that a lot of things that I don't like to do are because they're not in my gifting and they
Right.
are in somebody else's. So that
Right,
doesn't
and
necessarily,
they're
that's not
excited about it.
wrong. That's right.
Right.
And so, allowing yourself to have this time to dump everything out of your brain to stop that mental like reel that's like, I need to do this, don't forget this, do these things. And you actually put it on paper, put it in your computer, whatever you do, and then make sure it lands in the appropriate place. Is it something that you need to discuss in a specific meeting? Is it a responsibility that you need to have a conversation with someone and say, I need you to add this to your list, right? And to get it off of mine. Uh, but the more you do that, the more that you see there are certain things I should be doing, I want to do, I'm good at. This is where my
It's my
energy should be.
responsibility.
That's
Mhm.
right. And there's things that you're like, okay, like I'm actually helping other people grow by giving them that
That's
responsibility.
good.
And I think that, that transcends everything. It's business, it's home, it's church, it's everywhere.
Yeah. Um, let's get back to this clarity break because this is actually I've not done this, so this is new for me.
Okay.
I'm really excited
Yeah.
about it, and we are on
Okay.
EOS. We use traction, so somehow I missed it. Um, how often do you do this?
So in general, you're supposed to do it like once a week, but you can set up your own cadence, right?
Okay.
And there's actually a book on it. Our we used an implementer for a while. We've now graduated, and he was huge on it. And he actually, which I can share with you, Nadine, he gave me a list. He put together like 100 prompts for clarity breaks, like things to get you
Ooh.
started, so that you can start thinking of it. Like, what's something that's frustrating you right now? What's something that's going
Uh-huh.
really well? Like, what is something that just needs to get finished, right? Like we all have those things where you're close enough that you're like 90, 95%, and
Yeah.
you're on to the next fire and you don't
Right.
actually complete it, right? But that's
Right.
sitting there in the back of your mind draining
That's
you.
right, weighing me down. That's so helpful. I like this, and I also like this concept of, like, it's not in my regular workspace, right? It's like
Uh-huh.
you almost I'm almost envisioning as this as, like, something I put in my schedule once a week, and
Yes,
it's like a
absolutely.
coffee date with myself almost. I go to the coffee shop, I bring my journal, I bring my pen, and that's it. And then it's like,
Yes.
"Okay, let me just sit and think away from all the distractions."
Yes.
I
Yes,
love
it is.
everything about this.
Yes. The trick is to not giving the time away, keeping it sacred.
I know, because it's easy to schedule over ourselves, right?
Oh
And
my
go,
gosh,
"Oh, you need
yes.
to meet? Okay," or "I have to get this done, I'll
Yes,
do this later," and then it doesn't get done. So this
that's
is
right.
almost like a
Or you're doing
non-negotiable,
it at night.
or I'm doing it at that's yes, or on the weekends or yeah. Um, what I really like about this is it goes back to giving myself the space to be who I'm created to be. It's like lightening
Mhm.
my load from the things that are distractions almost.
Yes.
So I can
Yes.
authentically accept, embrace, enjoy myself, and be a blessing to others.
Right. Right. Yeah, and it helps you figure out those things, right? Like if you do a clarity break and you put all these things down, whether it be business things, personal things, mine are always intermingled.
Yeah,
Like
mine
what
too.
are the things that I'm like, "Oh, I really don't wanna do that." Like, right? Like, that are going to drain you. And so it you start to see patterns, like, okay, these are the things that really get me fired up, like, I
Mhm.
love to do that, I get really excited, right? It's not like you can only do those all the time. There are gonna be things that you don't love that are your responsibility that you have to
Yes.
do, right?
Yes.
And that's okay, and it's to be expected, and that's fine, but understanding that and trying to have those be a smaller number, right? And figuring out a way or a rhythm like, "Okay, well, these are the things I don't enjoy, so I'm going to do these at this time," or, "I'm gonna do these, and then I get a reward," right?
Right.
Like, maybe you have Fridays off, and Friday morning, I'm gonna clean my house because I hate it. That's me. Hate it. And I'm gonna do this, but then I'm going to go out to lunch with a friend or something because
Right.
I got all of those things done.
Right. That's smart. I like it. I like how you're systemizing it. I want to go back a little bit because I this is
Yeah,
really helpful, but I feel like there's more that I can implement and I'm learning a lot.
yeah,
I want to go back to this repeatable processes to conserve mental energy.
yeah,
I'm curious on like maybe some like how do I figure out what those are? What are some tips and tricks of like what are
yep,
some systems that have worked over the years? What are some tools that you use? Apps I don't know about. Like
yeah,
I'm just curious.
yeah. So, it's funny because there's lots of things out there, and
Right.
I think that everybody kinda has different things. So, I've tried lots of things over the years, right?
Yeah.
A lot of what I use is in a business context,
Okay.
just because I can.
And that's great.
We have a system that where for meetings we put like our issues, like all of my clarity break stuff. I have like a separate section for each different meeting I have, and there's a whole list where I can just add things that need to be talked about in those meetings. And the minute I think of them, I can go add it, and then I don't have to think of it anymore because I know it's there.
What is that platform?
It's called Strety. It's Strety. It is licensed with EOS, and it's
Okay.
amazing.
Okay.
And so I use that for business. We also have a practice management system where we can put our work that we're doing for clients in there. That it's similar to like a ClickUp or a Monday, but
Sure.
it's specific for our company. And so we can do
And you
things in
use
there.
that plus like a
Yeah,
ClickUp,
yeah. So
Trello
we
type.
do them because we do them different. One is for client related things, and one is for internal,
Got
right?
it.
So that we
Got it.
keep it separate. Uh, But for home, like a shared calendar has worked really well for me. There are some shared to-do lists. I use an app called Notability, and, I can use it for business and personal, but you can take pictures. It will scan whiteboards and put it as a PDF in the note.
Oh, cool.
You can actually I use it on my on my iPad and I can handwrite. I use the Apple Pencil and I can handwrite things because that helps my brain. But then it can convert it to text or something and I can have it all in there. So I
Awesome.
have all kinds of like personal, like my Bible study stuff I can download, my notes, everything's there for that. So I know where it is. It's all in one place. I'm not looking through 12 different notebooks,
That's
right?
beautiful. Yeah.
Because I spend so much time going back through notebooks and looking at paper
Right.
and I can't find anything.
Me
And
too.
that's just a waste of time and mental energy as well.
Um, it's great. And maybe, I mean, I love all the tools that you've already shared. They're really helpful, and I want to kind of explore some different possibilities. Um, is there any tricks to figuring out what are the things that I need repeatable processes for? Or is that just come with that
Uh-huh.
clarity time and the things that keep coming up over and over again?
Yeah. I would say anything that you do regularly, you should
Yeah.
have a repeatable process for it, right? And you should also do something to where it's not reliant on you. So, for example, um, if you have a shared calendar, right, with a significant other, kids, whoever, and you like put the kids' games, put the doctor's appointments. If you know you need to call and make a doctor's appointment like 3 months in advance, put a reminder to call to make the doctor's appointment, right? Right
Yeah.
now, I this is something I should be doing. I have we have a puppy we just got in December, and we need to get an appointment for the puppy to get fixed. And I keep saying I'm going to text them in the app, and I forget until at night, and I don't do it. I just need to put it on my calendar to go
Do
in and
it.
do that,
Yep.
right? Um,
Yep. I have that too with dentist appointments and a couple
yeah,
of other things that I probably need to schedule that I really don't want to. So
yeah.
yes.
But it's like I always think of it like at
And it
night
weighs me
or on
down.
the weekend, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I have to remember that. And so you know, there's a lot of different like to do apps as well. But what I like about the calendar is you can set it up as a recurring thing. So set it up as once a year
Got it.
recurring at the same time. And you do it once and you never have to think about it again.
That's beautiful. Yep. Okay. This is really helpful and we're kind of at that time, but I think my biggest takeaways, there's some practical tools that I'm obviously walking away with and I'm really excited to implement and start really thinking about specifically the clarity break. But I think for me, my biggest takeaway is this concept of the things that are up in my head that I'm thinking about that I'm carrying are actually weighing me down and distracting me from being who I'm created to be. Like they are a distraction.
Yep.
So if I can take them out of my head and get them into a system, it's going to create more space for me to step into my calling, to maximize my giftings, to be a better mom, to be a better wife, to be a better, you know what I mean? So I'm just like,
Yep.
it's no longer, oh, I should do it. It's like, oh no, if I don't do it, I minimize, like I'm not being all that I could be. That fires me up because I'm a maximizer
Yeah.
with my strength.
Yeah.
That's one of my strengths. So that's
Yeah.
speaking to me. Um, is there anything else that you would want to wrap up this episode with, or anything that you're like, man, this really should be spoken? Um, that would be helpful or would have been helpful to me?
I just think I feel the need to tell people it's okay to ask for help and to expect other people to help. Like, just because all of this is in your head doesn't mean you have to do it. So getting it out, getting it to be repeatable and having it very clear means you don't have to be the one to do it all the time. No one says you have to be the one to do it. You might say you have to be the one to do it, but honestly, it's okay to share the responsibility and it really should be that way.
It's actually empowering to others when we share the
It
responsibility.
is. It
Yeah.
is. It grows it helps them grow as well,
Yeah.
and it helps them understand. Like, you know, it's easy to say, "I have all this stuff in my head and nobody understands." Well, if you get it out of your head and you let them help, they will understand.
That's good. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us. This was such great content for me. I needed this. Um, sister, for you out there who is listening, I hope this blessed you. I hope you can walk away with something that you can implement. You are loved, you are seen, and you are valuable. We will talk to you soon.